It's official. Caitlin Clark just inked a jaw-dropping $100 million Nike deal, making her the highest-paid rookie in the history of women's sports endorsements. But not everyone is cheering. In fact, the entire WNBA seems to be at a boiling point, and media giant Colin Cowherd isn't holding back. In a bombshell segment that's now gone viral, Cowherd accused the WNBA of harboring race-based resentment toward Caitlin Clark, pointing to cold shoulders, snubs, and a growing hostility on and off the court. He called it what many fans have only dared to whisper. Tonight, we dive into the 100 members that sparked a league-wide storm, and the comments from Cowherd that just might change how the world views the WNBA.
Ryan Howard, Caitlin Clark finding a way to miss. For two, I don't have to just dominate in the paint. Atlanta coming off of back-to-back games, scoring 90-plus points, and it was like a flash of light that we saw from the jersey as she took.
Caitlin Clark's meteoric rise. Caitlin Clark isn't just a rookie, she's a revolution. From breaking NCAA records with deep logo threes to dragging the Indiana Fever back into the spotlight, Clark has become more than an athlete. She's a phenomenon. She's sold out arenas in nearly every city she visits. TV ratings skyrocket when she plays. Her jersey, the bestseller. Her charisma, poise, and sharpshooting skills have made her a household name. And she's done all of this barely halfway into her rookie season. But that meteoric rise isn't sitting well with everyone.
Was talking to the official about the wrap. Caitlin Clark on the deck. DeWanna Bonner slow to get up. Step back triple. And Caitlin not happy. That's one of the fouls.
The $100 million Nike deal. News broke just days ago. Nike signed Caitlin Clark to a monumental 8-figure deal. $100 million over several years. A signature shoe line. Global branding rights. It's the kind of deal once reserved for LeBron, Serena, or Jordan. The moment the announcement hit the internet, fans rejoiced. Clark had arrived. But within the WNBA ecosystem, the vibe was different. Whispers, subtweets, coded interviews. Players, some of them veterans, began throwing shade without using names.
Autumn Johnson here with you for...
When you talk about generational talent in women's basketball, one name immediately comes to mind. Caitlin Clark. She's not just a scorer. She's an artist on the court. Her deep threes might grab the headlines.
Connecticut now 1 for 12 from the floor in this first.
The WNBA's cold shoulder. From physical fouls to pointed remarks, the WNBA's reception of Caitlin Clark has been rocky at best and borderline hostile at worst. Let's look at the facts. Angel Reese called out media favoritism and hinted Clark was being crowned too early. Diana Taurasi warned the public that reality was coming for young rookies, clearly aimed at Caitlin. WNBA players have been seen giving her hard fouls, borderline dirty plays, with no real consequences. And now, Caitlin Clark is left out of All-Star starter status despite leading the league in fan votes and breaking national viewership records? That's when Colin Cowherd stepped in.
Good looks, though. They get good looks.
Chance to speak with Fever general manager, and she just loves that Emily is playing so well as of late here in DC. Here's Clark. That one rattles through for the rookie.
It's a good battle in there with
Cowherd lights a fire. In a segment on The Herd, Cowherd sat forward in his chair and didn't mince words. This is race. Let's stop pretending. You've got a white, young, charismatic superstar bringing ratings, filling seats, putting the WNBA on ESPN every other night, and instead of embracing her, the league treats her like a threat. He continued, if Caitlin Clark were black, she'd be celebrated like Magic Johnson. Instead, she's being punished for being successful. And white. Social media imploded. Fans praised him. Critics attacked him. But no one could ignore the conversation anymore.
Wilson, Gamecock on Gamecock. Clark on the shot clock down to 5. Off the Boston screen. Behind the back to Boston. She's wide open and connects.
Point attempt
To go so far.
The defense just right back on it. The W, and this guy is the president.
Mixed reactions. The sports world split into camps. One side said Cowherd was simply saying what many were thinking. Clark's reception has been lukewarm at best and often hostile. The other side accused him of race-baiting and stoking division in a league that's trying to grow. Major outlets like ESPN, Fox, and Bleacher Report ran with the headlines. Cowherd calls out WNBA. Caitlin Clark sparks identity crisis in women's hoops. Even WNBA players like Lexi Brown, Chelsea Gray, and Natasha Cloud chimed in, some defending the league, others staying suspiciously silent.
Of the NBA players since the Marina Mabry trade, and she has stepped up her game in that opportunity. Caitlin Clark for three, rattles it around for her first deep shot. Like to be more efficient shooting the three ball.
Michaela did a great job of picking Caitlin Clark up early.
Not shooting the
Who really built the league? To be fair, the WNBA wasn't built overnight, and definitely not by Clark. Legends like Lisa Leslie, Tamika Catchings, Cheryl Swoops, and Sue Bird laid the foundation. And modern stars like Aja Wilson, Brianna Stewart, and Sabrina Ionescu carried the league through its toughest financial years. So, is it fair that Caitlin Clark gets the most attention? Cowherd says yes, and here's why. She's earning it. She's bringing in sponsors, fans, ratings, and money. And in pro sports, that's what matters. But to others, Clark represents a cultural shift that feels displacing.
That easily or that comfortably. I don't know if that's comfortable, but it's nice.
Been able to find their urgency defensively, and also Indiana's just really good at this. That's the contest.
But it's her vision, her passing, and her feel for the game that truly set her apart. Clark can thread a needle with a bounce pass in traffic.
Caitlin's silence. Throughout all this noise, Clark hasn't retaliated. No tweets, no interviews throwing teammates under the bus, no reaction to being snubbed. Instead, she's showing up, scoring 25-plus points, dishing out dimes, giving post-game interviews with class. Some say her silence is strength. Others say it's strategy, but it's undeniably working. The more they try to push her down, the more the public lifts her up.
Or whip a no-look assist that leaves defenders frozen. It's not just flashy, it's effective. She creates opportunities out of chaos and makes her teammates better every single possession.
Indiana has not missed in this second quarter. 8 for 8. Clark weaving her way through. It's 9.
Nike's bold bet. Let's talk business. Nike's decision to pay Caitlin Clark $100 million wasn't just about her three-point shot. It was about storytelling, branding, and crossover appeal. She's young, marketable, relatable, and iconic. Nike saw what the WNBA might be ignoring. Caitlin is the bridge between niche basketball and global fandom. Cowherd even said, "Nike just put the WNBA on notice. If you won't crown her, we will." The question is, will the WNBA respond?
For 9 now for the Fever in this quarter.
In your game.
Indiana comes up with a turnover. Here's Clark. This time it's Smith. Little foul. Handed and one.
Play after play.
Look from the perimeter. Here's Clark back to Boston. Back inside.
What's really going on? At its core, this isn't just about one rookie with a Nike deal. It's about race, legacy, media, and the changing identity of women's sports. Is the WNBA struggling to balance respect for veterans with the emergence of a global star? Is Caitlin's whiteness part of why she's both adored and attacked? Is Cowherd right, or is he oversimplifying a more complex issue? No one has clear answers, but the questions are becoming unavoidable.
Good ball movement, and it's Boston to finish.
Caitlin through the lane. Boston from long range. Aaliyah Boston hits her 7th three of the season. Boston had 4 blocks in that win against Minnesota and a career-high 16 rebounds.
Final thoughts. Whether you agree with Colin Cowherd or not, one thing's clear. Caitlin Clark is reshaping the WNBA. She's bringing in fans who never watched before. She's dominating highlight reels. She's changing how brands view women's basketball. But with that spotlight comes friction. Every league struggles when a generational talent enters the chat. Ask LeBron. Ask Serena. Ask Messi. What makes this moment different is the undertone of race, resentment, and recognition. And now, thanks to Cowherd, that conversation is front and center.
Turnabout is fair play right there in studio. What's up, Ari? Welcome to the studio, girl.
Caitlin on glass.